everyone. Welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. We are at the end of August. Where did time fly? So thank you so much for joining me today. Let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart. Taking slow, deep breaths and just experience these flowing in and out of our hearts. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than we normally would. Just slow, deep, gentle breaths. And allow these breaths to just flow into that heart of yours, just experiencing them touching your heart, being drawn into the heart. But we know that the oxygen will go through your nose or your mouth. But when you visualize it going into your heart, you are maintaining the presence with your heart as a focal point, because the heart is actually the engine that synchronizes every other organ in your body. So drawing your attention to the heart allows you to allow the heart to do its job more efficiently. So take these slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing them flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And notice what's happening to your body as you do these. If you hear any thoughts in your mind, any thoughts come to you, whether it's inspiration or some fear or frustration, take your awareness back into your heart. Simply by moving your awareness into the heart, you will allow yourself to maintain this presence. And all we need to do this is for 5 minutes. That's all we're practicing for 5 minutes today for this particular portion. So give yourself that gift and let the world's cares wait for you when you're ready to tackle them after this practice. Slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing them flowing in and out of your heart, very gently, very slowly. Excellent. Once again, thank you so much for joining me this morning for this program. And I look forward to chatting with you about the next things that make me go moment. So the things that make me go moment today is all about sensing your energy field. So what I want to do is, first of all, explain why I think this topic is very relevant to each of us, whether we're on a spiritual journey or not, or whether we are consciously on a spiritual journey or not. It's really what I should say. We're all on a spiritual journey. One of the things that is very important. So when I teach individuals, when I do training and coaching with individuals who I feel need to develop their emotional intelligence, so to be able to manage their emotions and not react in a way that would uh, put a rift in relationships with others. One of the most important aspects of that is essentially the idea of being self-aware. Being self-aware is extremely important. And you can say to yourself that, I feel anger coming up. Yesterday I was playing with my friend's little daughter. She was like 6 years old or 7 years old. And I was teasing her a bit. We were just having a moment there where she was telling me what she wanted to be when she grew up. And I pretended to mishear her. And I would say, so you want to be a clown when you grow up? And she says, no, you're making me angry. And and I chuckled. I really chuckled, because as children, we really have a very strong sense of self awareness, that she knew she was getting frustrated. And that's when I knew, all right, I better pull back on the teasing there a bit. Unfortunately, adults do not have that sense. We are so used to being, uh, you know, you know, with a normal baseline that we have, that we've developed over time. We really don't know whether we're being triggered or not until it's too late, and then we go over that threshold, and we say something we regret. So how do you sense your energy field? Here's a simple example of the fact that if you do not believe you have an energy field that you can actually measure, I can tell you that in laboratories, the magnetic field of your heart's pumping has been measured to 5 to 7 feet around you. So that has already been established. But here's one way to convince yourself, using your own body as an experiment, is you rub your hands like this. So, do this with me right now. Just rub your hands like this, generate some heat. There you go. Okay, now just pull it apart slowly. And you will see that there's a palpable field, magnetic field right there. Okay, and I can actually feel my hands pushing and pulling back and forth. And if you do that, you know that there's a magnetic field that you have around you. Okay, because if you can do this with your hands, every cell in your body it's just physics. It responds this way. The heart has an electrical signal that it sends out with a corresponding magnetic pulse. So we know that we've measured the magnetic field around us. We also know that our emotions, whatever we're feeling right now, are actually encoded on the magnetic field, so that they're actually encoded as frequencies. And frustration becomes a chaotic frequency, and and compassion and appreciation becomes an ordered pair of frequencies. So when you're standing and talking to somebody who's got a very strong sense of compassion, you will feel that. So when we talk about the energy of the self and being in tune with that, it's just a matter of just taking these slow, deep breaths like we did earlier, and then just placing our awareness just beyond our heart, just around us, and just sense where we're at. You can do this with your eyes open, by the way. As a matter of fact, when you're talking to somebody, that's how I would do it. I would do it with my eyes open, and I'm listening to somebody, and I can just be in tune with what my emotions are doing at this time. And if you feel your emotions you're getting a little triggered, you'll sense it in the energy field before it hits you in your physical body. As a matter of fact, there has been numerous studies done. One that was done in the 40s or 50s, where scientists actually looked at what was happening in the energy field or the electromagnetic field of lab rats. And what they found out was the lab rats, they were seeing a disturbance or some sort of I would say disturbance in the force of the energy field. And several days later, that particular area of the rat developed cancer. So the diseases form as disturbances or in discontinuities or disturbances in the magnetic field, and then it actually manifests in the body. All right. So that's, and I'll quickly go through the the chi shot moment and give you the actual qigong tip before we move on to the next part, is this is where you can release head, neck, and shoulder, anything there. But it also helps to stimulate energy channels to your lung and the heart, and it gives you a better connection between the eyes, the brain, and the body. So very quickly, I'll show it to you, and then you can practice. So just keep your eyes open while you're doing this. But the way you want to do this is you close your eyes, stare straight, be very comfortable, and then turn your head to the left as far as you can. Open your eye for a brief 1 second, close your eyes, and then come back this way. Go back to the other side as far as you can. Open your eyes 1 second, close it, and then keep doing this for about 9 cycles. And when you open your eyes very briefly on either side, visualize you're going far out. And so that will help you align the energy channels. All right, so please do practice that. Excellent. So let us now begin our next level of practice, and I'll take you through the energetic, sensing the energy field. So placing your awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, and experiencing these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Get back into where you were before in this heart space. And now move your awareness just beyond your heart, just in that space in front of your heart, and breathe through that energetic heart area, which is just beyond your heart, your physical heart. And now take a wider awareness. Be aware of everything around you, surrounding you, that energetic space surrounding you as you take these slow, deep, gentle breaths, keeping your awareness in the energetic heart, which is just a few inches or a foot away from your heart, however far you envision it. And that's your energy field. And now what we want to do is fill our energy field, encode it with a feeling of gratitude. And that feeling can be generated by simply asking your body, I want to feel gratitude. And allow your body to help you feel that. And all of that will be encoded in the magnetic field. This is a way that you overwrite the frustration. You replace anxiety by just feeling gratitude and visualizing it broadcasting out to your energy field. This is one of the ways you can cleanse your energy field so there are no discontinuities. You can prevent future diseases from taking a hold in your physical body simply by doing this for 15 minutes a day. Slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing them flowing in and out of your heart while experiencing joy and compassion, gratitude. Beautiful. Bring your awareness back to this area now, to our room. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Our 15 minutes are up. If you want to leave, please feel free to do that. If you have any questions, please do start typing them in. I'm happy to listen to any of your reflections. Perhaps some epiphanies came through during this practice. Others would benefit from this particular information. Please do share with us by typing in the chat area. I'll do my best to respond to that. In the meantime, while you're typing it in, I just wanted to let you know of some of the upcoming events that I'm involved in. And this is one of the things that I'm doing with Dr. Amber Meliha Wolf. We're going to be talking about the sacred sexuality. And it's all about transforming the balance within you, within each of us, the masculine, feminine balance, and then the creative life force energy that for chakras number 1 and 2, the energy centers of your root chakra and the sacral chakra, and how to cultivate that. One of the things that is very clear, at least in our Western Hemisphere, North American or the West, let's call it the West, the industrialized areas, is that the idea of sacred sexuality is the last enlightenment frontier. We've received instruction on, opening up our hearts, opening up our crown chakras, opening up our throat chakras, all of the enlightenment areas, but we stay away from sexuality for some reason, because it's been a taboo subject for a few generations now. And the idea here is that that's part of the divine force, the creative force. Without the creative force, the world would not exist. And so there's a lot of creative power in your body. And this is the first module. And sorry, gentlemen, this is only for women. The first module is only for women. I'm invited as a guest lecturer in that one. It's 4-part series. So I'll send you the link in your email so you can look at it a bit more, explore it. Okay, so that's just sacred sexuality. I'm going to be putting together, I'm a featured guest for the emotional tools for our time. That's going to be happening sometime at the end of September. And I'll be happy to share with you a little bit more about what I'm going to be talking about in the coming weeks. But save the date. Registration will be open soon for having that. Okay, so that's what's happening there. And if any of you want to have a one-on-one coaching with me, happy to do that. You'll see the information on the email that I send out. Okay, so if you're a member of a Spark, you will get an email from me, and you'll also be able to access the replay of this particular program. All right, we're ready for questions. I've got some coming through. All right, see what we've got here. Anne, she's saying, good morning, everyone. Yes, Shamir, it is always so fun to feel that pushing and pulling on the hands of the energy field. It is always very soothing and soft. Absolutely. That is really, when you're feeling gratitude, you will feel the difference in your energy fields. Try doing that when you're frustrated and anxiety. See what kind of sparks fly through back and forth. Just practice. Everybody is different. You may sense something different. The idea is to be able to sense it and be in tune with how your body responds, because not all the energy fields respond the same. So be in tune with your body is important. Josie, hello. Thank you for that comment. Jessica, send you the link as well. I'm assuming it's for the sacred sexuality, I think. Yeah. And further states, this pulsing does touch something within, as we can actually feel this invisible thing because it is so real. Yes, it is. Actually, it's measurable. It's measurable. The field is measurable. We can measure that. All right. So it is there. And so now all you have to do is kind of feel it, because it's there, and you will feel it. You will feel it. Everybody does. Wonderful. I don't see anything more coming through. So that's great. I'll chat with you next week. Until then, thank you so much for joining me today, and take care. Bye-bye.